Alright, so I gotta do a little soldering. And for those of you who may or may not do soldering, I gotta solder two pieces of wire together. I don't want to do it this way and twist them because I'm just going to end up with a big old knot. So I want to do it this way. And then I'll show you what I did prior to doing this. Now there's a few ways you can do this. You can kind of work it within the strands and twist them, which is fine, or just twist them together. But basically when you're done, you want it to look kind of like the wire. Flux is nice. It's always good to have some flux. It helps the solder flow without getting too hot. I got everything the solder iron getting ready. Now, before I put this together, I put a piece of heat shrink tubing on this side and another piece over here that you're not seeing. Because once I'm done with this, I want to take this heat shrink over here, shrink it down, and then I'm going to take the other one and go over that and shrink it down, so I have a little bit of a double take on that heat shrink. Now, one is it protects, the other is it will help hold a little bit. Now we just got to wait for the solder iron to get hot, because we want it hot enough to do its job. We don't want to have to play with it to get it hot at the time. Alright, so let's see now. I may not be able to reach this over here. The solder iron is not made to come over on this bench. We'll see.
Bettina serves on the palliative care ward for terminally ill patients.
Palliative care unit is very sick patients. Hope and cross your fingers they do get better, but a lot of them know they spend the rest of their life there. At one point in time, I did want to be a PSW worker.
Solder iron should be a little closer, but it's made to work on the other bench.
So volunteering for the next best thing.
Stay with us. Just keep listening to my voice, okay? Keep listening. A few years earlier, Bettina was in a major car accident.
I was hit from behind.
Now what I'm going to do is come underneath it, because I want the solder to go through the wire, not just rest on it. That's what's good about the flux.
Felt my spirit actually leave my body.
It'll help for the solder to flow through the wire.
Volunteering is Bettina's way to pay back.
Alright, you may not be seeing this, but it's flowing through as well.
Is it possible that they could just go off like that because they weren't plugged in?
I don't want it to just rest on top. I want it to go through all those little strands to help lock everything in.
In Bettina's case, where electronic devices are reacting around, or even devices that aren't plugged in, it's very likely that she is sensitive. She has some type of
There.
strong electrical aura around her. It gives off a lot of energy.
Now the other thing is, the wire is going to get hot beyond where you're actually soldering. This wire got hot all the way up to here. So you want to make sure that your heat shrink is back far enough. Otherwise, it's just going to shrink up on the wire where you don't want it to be. Now I want it to cool down just a bit because I don't want it to start shrinking up on me as I bring the heat shrink up. Not unless I can get up there real quick. There you go. Okay. Now for most part a heat gun would work better because you don't have to worry about burning it. But this is what I have, so I'm going to use the little torch. I mean, this works just as good, and outside it'll actually work, but it's portable. So if you're working on an irrigation system and you have to redo some wire underground, the torch is going to be better for you. Okay, so now this isn't quite the length as this one, but it is wide enough or long enough to take care of that little part where the wire was. So we're just going to put this here as an extra precaution. There. Alright. So that's done. I don't have to worry about it. So, yes, it's hot to the touch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. This was the original size of the choke, which is now that. So this green wire now has to be the length I have to add to it. Because we wrapped it around the other wire, it's shortened by about 4 feet. So I want this green wire to be the same length as this black wire that we wrapped it around. And a little bit longer because we're going to have to wrap it around this one too. So, I want to get an idea. I'd rather have it longer than to have it shorter and have to put it back together again. So, put this up through here, bend it over. There. Now we went counterclockwise over the top. I'm going to do the same thing. Counterclockwise over the top. Well, I met with the reporter today. I think I told you she wanted to do a person of the week on me. So basically what I had told her was, I don't mind if you want to use me to get the story on the fireplace. But I'd rather it be more about them than me. So she said she understood. So we will see. It's supposed to come out this Thursday.
Volunteer Bettina Miller, witnessing a life-draining entity.
Doesn't hear me. It felt to me like when I was around this gentleman that my energy would be sucked from my body. I just ran as fast as I could go. Very scary because you don't know what's happening.
She's pulling them out of these people, not realizing, and that's why the man needs to get better. Can you explain a little bit more what that feeling feels like?
Your body feels like it's stopped. You feel overcome. Everything just feels dark. There's no happy emotion inside you. Everything feels actually very dark and you turn very cold.
Okay, so here's where we're at, guys. I don't know if you're going to see that wire or not. I know you're going to get bored. Oh, you probably can't see it. Let me see. There's got to be an angle here that you can see it. Maybe there. Anyway, that wire goes up into that tree that I was showing you the other day. Up into that up there someplace. And I got it tied down over in the corner of that fence so nobody can get hung up on it. And right now it's on a pulley. I just have to put a counterweight on it. I brought it over here and I got a standoff using an insulator off the tower just to hold it. But you can see I got to let that out a little bit more. And it's going over to here. Now it's got enough tension on it. However, I'd rather have more of it over here and less up in that tree. So I'm going to see just what I need to do to get this pole over more. Even if it means me moving some of my gym. Yes, I do have an outdoor gym. Bowflex is great. I'm telling you, they work great. They really do. I haven't used it much lately, but I had one, well, we had one back in '98, and the wife and I used it faithfully, 20 minutes to a half an hour every night. We did it as a team, and I'll tell you what, within 3 months, we dropped, we tightened up, we felt great. Alright, so here's what we have here. That wire has to get attached to a piece that's over there right now. And then I got to run a coax across to there. However, if I can get this pole over this way more, which I'm thinking of doing, digging a hole right about here, then that wire that you may be able to see coming across this way can come straight across right to here, and I can get some of it out of that tree, because there's probably about 7 or 8 feet in that tree, and I'd rather not have it in the tree. The insulator up there is fine, but I want to have the actual antenna portion of it a few feet away from the tree. So if I take that pole or another pole, dig a hole over here in the ground, I can probably come right back to here, dig a hole here, go in, strap it to this pole as well, which is concreted in, and then I'd have all the room I need and I can trim that branch off and it'll be perfect. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I just wanted to get it up and I stuck that there for now, which I could use for something else down the line. Maybe another light. But that's where we're at. Now up here, this little black box is the box that has to be connected to that end of the wire over there. So if it's there or over there, behind the birch feeder, doesn't make a difference. I just got to run a piece of coax from it over to here, which is not a big deal. So that's kind of where we're at. So we got quite a bit done today. I started cleaning that up over there, as you can see. And you know, it's getting late in the day, so I had my meeting today with the newspaper. So we'll see how that turns out. A friend of mine brought this thing over. He's going to Hawaii and he figured his wife can watch videos on the way to Hawaii. He said, however, the batteries are dead. I said, was it the batteries or the charger? No, he didn't know. So he gave me the whole thing. I got the charger. I put the batteries on here. Now that's why this is nice to have, because I can set it for the 9-volt charge and I can see the amperage. I see the amperage drop, which means it was charging. Everything's working white. Everything was working white. However, it's got a good charge on it now. I tested it with the gauge, with the meter, and it's still not working. Now, he was going to order the batteries today. I sent him a text telling him, don't order the batteries. Because I don't think it's the batteries. It's either this unit in here, which there's no way I'm going to get involved with fixing that, or that. That seems to be working okay. This charger. But the thing is, I've charged it already with this charger, so these batteries are charged. I put it and it doesn't work. So it's either the circuit in here or in there. So there's no sense him ordering batteries for it. So I'm going to check it a little bit further and see what goes on as we go down the line. So it is 4:16. What time is that? That's 1600 hours. So I'm going to shut down. I did want to do some programming today, but before I do anything, I want to get that done. Alright, I want to get the antenna done. Once the antenna is done, I'll start playing around with other things. Now the antenna is not like the light, you know what I mean? The light is something that's just going to get done when it gets done. However, the antenna, I use that with amateur radio, so therefore I have to have it work. Now, oh, and I screwed up, and I should have known it, and I did know it after I said it, you know, and this is a typical way of a reporter getting something out of you. She says to me, the first time I met her, she says to me, well, when I first met her today, she said to me, Buzz? I go, yeah. She goes, that's your real name? I go, no. I said, but it's the name I've been using for 40, 50 years, so that's the name that I go by. What's your real name? I said, Buzz. So, you know, she laughed, and that's the way it was going to be. Well, then we were talking about different things and hobbies and so on, and I told her I was a ham operator, and she says, what's your call? Well, okay, I gave her my call. Well, there's a program out there to, if you put the call sign in, it tells you the name of the person that's licensed to that call. So by me giving her my call, I just gave her my real name. Now I'm hoping that she's not going to go that far and check into it. But you know how reporters are. So she may do it just to break stones, to say, ha, ha, ha. Do I really care? No. But nobody knows me by my real name. So, you know, you're writing a person about you're writing a story about a ghost, somebody that doesn't exist. All right. Anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna get that done. I talking to you, I realized there was something else I wanted to try, so I'm going to take this with me and a little power supply with me because I want to try this with something in the house, and if it works, I'm going to have some of these for reading lights and night lights in the house that run off a very low voltage, and I have tons of them here. All right, catch you guys later.